Good morning, guys. We're still here at the Peace River, and today we're going to go kayaking down the Peace River. There's a great service called Peace River Paddle Sports, and they'll drop us off 7 miles upriver, and we literally float right back to the campground. Okay, I'm going to take a minute and introduce you to Trey from Peace River Paddle Sports, and he's going to give us a little briefing about his business and also what to expect on the river and how to handle wildlife encounters. I know from Alaska, being a fishing guide, I always talk to my clients on how to handle bear encounters. So one of the questions is, how do you handle a gator encounter? So let me hand it off to Trey.
Hi guys, my name's Trey with Peace River Paddle Sports. I'm the outfitter here in Hardy County. We're going to be paddling the Peace River today. It's a wonderful paddle. It goes through a lot of wilderness, some rural areas, very little housing along the way. The river begins in central Florida in the Green Swamp, and the river is what they call a blackwater river. It gets most of its flow from overflow from the swamps and creeks and streams that feed it. Today, you'll be paddling a 7-mile stretch, which is going to take you through a lot of wilderness area. You'll see possibly deer, alligators, wildlife of all kinds as far as waterfowl goes. So one of the questions one of the most important questions or most common questions that we get is, what do we do if we see an alligator? Typically, you're going to see an alligator in Florida. It'll be laying on the bank, and we see that quite a bit as we paddle down the river. And it's just sunning itself, trying to stay warm. And it'll do one of two things. It'll either stay there as you paddle by quietly, or because you scared it, or it becomes fearful, it'll head for the deeper part of the water. So a lot of times that scares people. They think, oh, the alligator's coming after me. But really what it's doing is trying to get away. In Florida, the only time an alligator is really dangerous is if it's been fed. And here along the Peace River, because it's in a very rural area, a lot of wilderness, they don't get fed by and large. And so most of these alligators are very fearful of you. So the main thing is, as long as you're not trying to attack the alligator or capture the alligator or try to harass the alligator, you'll be fine. It's more afraid of you than you are of it. So you'll be safe. In the 40 years that we've been on this river paddling it, and I raised my kids and just had a lot of fun on it, we've never had an incident. And there's been thousands of people that have paddled the river, and no one's ever been injured by an alligator. So it's relatively safe.
Yeah. It's always good to know.
Yep. You guys are all set to go now. Just to give you kind of a heads up so you can know where you are on the river, you'll go down about 3 miles and you'll come to a bridge which is called Main Street Bridge. You'll go another half a mile or so and you'll cross another bridge you go under a bridge called Griffin Road. And then you've got about a 4-mile paddle through the wilderness, through some very beautiful old Florida cypress, palm trees. It's just going to be gorgeous. And then you'll come to your park and you'll see 1,000 trails on the right-hand side. You can't miss it, and you'll go around to the boat ramp, and it'll be a great paddle for you. You'll have a great time. You'll see all kinds of neat wilderness, beautiful birds and fish jumping. It's going to be a great time. All right, great.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, have a good time.
Well, it's time for us to get the boats loaded up with our gear, and then we'll head on down to the river. We are under the bridge and ready to go. The boats are loaded up here, and here's my new friend Greg. Met him in the campground. He's gonna join me on this paddle. Got plenty of fluids here. Got my Explorer bottle. Loving this from our friends at the Alaska Life. This thing is full of iced water, so I can stay nice and hydrated. Here's our launching beach, and we're under this bridge and heading that direction. I'm going to put the Sony away for now and switch over to the GoPro, but I'll get out the Sony at a few points along the trip. I just want to get it somewhere nice and safe before I go risking it getting wet. We're on the water now, and this is absolutely amazing. Yeah, a heck of a deal. It's only like 25 bucks to get dropped off upriver if you have your own boat, and I think it might even be like 35 bucks if you want to use one of theirs. Something nominal for the experience that you have. What do you think, Greg? This is gorgeous. Well, I'm going to keep this camera handy in case we see anything that needs to be zoomed in on. But other than that, we're going to paddle down the river and have fun. We are still floating down the river, and this place doesn't disappoint. It's such an amazing place. The beauty, and like, look at these lily pads here. I'm not sure how well the camera's picking it up, but that bright green is like glowing in the sunlight. We just passed a turtle earlier, and it was like high centered and rested up on a log. It was really cool. There's a bunch of birds. Oh, some other pretty neat thing is when you watch our video from Orlando, there were some sandhill cranes, and we got that confirmed, walking right by our campsite. Our friend in Alaska who works at the Alaska Sea Life Center said that those sandhill cranes that winter in Florida actually spend their summers in Alaska up on the North Slope. I thought that was some of the coolest bit of information I've heard in a long time. Those are our birds. So that was pretty cool. We're gonna get back to paddling here. I have found some wildlife here floating down the river. This was laying up in the bushes. I wonder who lost this and if they want it back. And there's our first gator of the trip. We just saw our second gator, but I couldn't get the camera out in time to get some video footage of it, but I got it locked up here. Passed some people a little bit ago, and they were floating down in their kayaks. They said they'd seen some gators already, and they floated the same ground that we had, and we missed them. So I guess it's kind of like everything else. You need to have a trained eye, and I've spotted two pretty quick here, so maybe my eyes are getting trained. I'm back. That was such an amazing experience. So if you're ever here at the 1,000 Trails at Peace River, look these guys up. This was the highlight of my stay here. Getting to see about 6 or 7 alligators. One was kind of just cruising right along, and I thought it was a stick or something, but then the head just went down really quick, which was kind of freaky because it was only about 12 feet from the boat and the water's pitch black, so you don't really know where it is, but hey, it all worked out. Then we saw 3 right as we were approaching the campground. One bend before the campground, 7-footer or so just saw us, and it spooked and went down into the water really quick, but it was a ways away. And then just right here on the home stretch, the last few hundred yards, there were 2 sitting on the shoreline. So the nature here really is awesome. It's time for me to start getting ready to depart tomorrow. I need to obviously straighten up and clean the motorhome so the wife comes back to a nice clean place, and laundry. So the rest of my afternoon is going to be pretty dull and boring, and I don't think you need to see me do laundry and clean the motorhome. That's not fun. Fun is kayaking. So thanks for joining me today, and please like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you. Enjoy the ride.